Magic fans, I'm Beef, and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are playing what I'm calling Bant shenanigans. So, just an aside, one of the things I really suck at with Magic is remembering all the names, so mainly the three colour combos. I think I remember all the 2 name combos, but Bant is one of the ones I always remember, because I always think of it, Bant stands for blue, angels and trees. That's how I remember. I don't think that works for any of the other names for the colour combos, but that's just me. And I call it Bant shenanigans, so it is a bit janky, a bit like, we do like playing some of those janky, mainly blue decks. I think we've played the various bounce decks before, so this is similar in the frustratingness, I think, for our opponent. And Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, did play this, or a similar deck using the same components on MTG Goldfish. I think maybe one of the first decks after Foundations came out. So what is the deck? It is focused around 2 cards, Confiscate and Extravagant Replication. They are both 6 mana cards, so they're both expensive. Confiscate simply says, enchant permanent, you control enchanted permanent. So whack this on your opponent's land, you control that land. Whack it on their biggest threat, and you control that biggest threat. And then Extravagant Replication is an enchantment. It says, at the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control, such as another Confiscate, which means you can whack it onto another land or another permanent your opponent controls and steal that. And kind of like one of the aims is to steal all our opponent's lands, or just steal all, you know, if we have Extravagant Replication and Confiscate on the battlefield, they play a creature, we nick it. You know, frustrating for them, I'm sure, but probably quite fun. Because both of these cost 6 mana, we do need to ramp. So we have Glimpse the Core, a 2 mana ramp spell. It's got 2 functions. We don't care about the second one. We don't have any caves. But we search a library for a basic forest card, put it in the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. This is why we do have more basic forest than otherwise. We also have 1 copy of the Iron Crag, a 2 mana rock with taps of Carlos. 4 copies of Map the Frontier. We search our library for up to 2 basic lands and or deserts, put in the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. We do have a few deserts in our mana base for this very reason. Spelunking is technically ramp. It does let us put an additional land onto the battlefield. We also draw a card, but it also causes lands we control to enter untapped, so great with Map the Frontier. And then you could argue that Doppelgang is also a bit of a ramp. It's also a finisher. If we have enough mana, well, we have enough mana, we can copy a lot of things, but we can copy our own lands, which is also a way to kill our opponent. We also need ways to survive that long. So for removal, we have Get Lost, Day of Judgment. We could have gone Sunfall, which does net as a token, but it is 1 mana more expensive, and against a lot of decks, if you just Day of Judgment on turn 4, they don't have much else to do. So we want to get this out as quickly as possible. And then we have 2 copies of Union of the Third Path. We draw a card, then gain life equal to the number of cards in a hand. Not removal, but it allows the game to go a bit longer. And then our top end creatures are Voltpool Tyrant and Sire of 7 Deaths. These are great things to copy with Extravagant Replication, especially the Tyrant, because if we make a copy of it, that copy will trigger the original Tyrant and itself by gaining 3 life and drawing a card each. So that's 6 life and drawing 2 cards. And obviously it's really hard to remove. And then Sire of 7 Deaths just has all the keywords: First Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Lifelink, Ward, pay 7 life, and it's a 7/7 as well. And it's not legendary, so we can just copy it with the Extravagant Replication, and we can just go off with that. Mana base is a bit janky, as I said. Forest is probably the mana we need the least, especially in the early game, but we do have more of them because of Glimpse of Claw. You don't want to get to a stage where Glimpse of Claw doesn't work because you've run out of forest, and it only searches basic forests. We also have 4 Flood Farm Verge, 3 Lush Porticos to help turn on the Flood Farm Verge and Surveil, 2 Hedge Maze to do something similar, and then we do have 1 copy of Lush Oasis, which is a ping land, so it pings an opponent when it enters, and if we copy this enough times with Doppelgang, it can act as a finisher. You copy it, we're not going to copy 10 times, but we copy it 5 times, it does 5 to an opponent. Then Arid Archway, so Lush Oasis is also a desert. Arid Archway desert, taps for 2. When it enters, we do have to return a land to our hand. But obviously, if we can play something before playing a land drop, it basically acts as ramp. Or if we tap to cast, say, Map the Frontier, get an Arid Archway, put back a land we've already tapped, then we replay that land next turn and get value there. And Conduit Pylons, it's also a desert. When it enters, we surveil 1. And if we pick up a desert with arid archways, such as a Lush Oasis or Conduit Pylons, we get to surveil 1 that way as well. And we can tap it for colourless, or we can pay 1, tap it, add 1 mana of any colour. So normally when I do my deck intros and deck tech, I would have played with the deck a few times so I could give a judgment on how good it is. I've not done that this time. I've not played any games. This is going to be more of a can we get it to work deck as opposed to see how good it is deck. It's not going to be oh, it's a 6% win rate. Well, I imagine it's not. It's going to be, oh, we lost 5 times and won 1. But we have to see. But I think it's going to be really, really fun. And one of those decks that's probably quite frustrating to play against when we just get around to stealing all our opponents' permanents, hopefully all their lands. So hopefully I'll have a great time playing this. I've got a lot of things to say about the future of the channel. I'm going to be doing a video on that soon. Some very exciting things, so please look out for that. Some big changes coming and planned for in the future. If you do enjoy this content, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely and helps me carry on doing what I really, really enjoy doing. So hope you do all enjoy it. Hope you press that like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. Opponent goes first. I don't think we can keep this. Unfortunately, we do have our two pieces in hand. No, we can't. This is better. I think we put back. Let's put back a Get Lost. I'll keep another Spelunky, and I would like an untapped land. Oh, I should have kept the Get Lost. Can't get any value, unfortunately. But if we draw an untapped land, we can Spelunk in. We do need another white. Oh, it's another Day of Judgment. We need that white source for Day of Judgment. I'm going to surveying again. Well, let's get down Spelunking. Obviously, they do enter play untapped. I'll keep a Doppelgang. Next turn, we can map the frontier and hopefully get another white source. Well, not hopefully, we'll get another white source. Oh, let's map the frontier. I will get an arid archway and a... I think it just has to be a plains. We'll pick up forest. And let's Spelunk in. I think next turn we just play out the Sire. And the turn after that, we can doppelgang it. Okay, we will Day of Judgment. And we could doppelgang for 1. Which I don't think is worth it. So they can exile stuff from their graveyard, which does get them value. Maybe we need to... I think we need to take out the Crypt, maybe? Or maybe we'll just get down the Sire and then hopefully it survives. Oh, are we just dead? Why did our opponent just scoop? I just wanted to see if we could Day of Judgment and Sire. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we couldn't. I have no idea why they scooped there. But we could have sired and then got rid of one of their, maybe their defiled Crypt. Yeah, it's probably the way to do it. Opponent goes first. Well, this deckhand is too slow. But I think we can probably put back a Day of Judgment. Keeper get lost. This hand is very, very slow as well, but they're not doing anything either. Well, this doesn't matter because we are maybe getting discounted. No, we'll get an Arid Archway and an Arid Archway. And a Conduit Pylons. Well, we already have 6. I don't think we need that. What does this do? Alright, well we can steal that. They're the flash deck. Or we can't steal that. We don't have blue. But we could. We could by paying 1 and tapping Conduit Pylons for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, it does come back. Well, I think we surveil. Don't need more land. No, we just our judgment. Let's steal their Risen Reef. One of their Risen Reefs. And hope they don't have a counter spell. And we can get lost the other Risen Reef. They have counterspell mana. Right. We have 4, 6, 11. So I believe we can do this equals 3. And let's just get more hedge mazes. Why won't it let me? I'm very confused. Oh, it's one at a time, that's why. Yes, please. Yes, that was confusing. As it calls our opponent to scoop. We do leave them with 3 mana, which is kind of the magic number for counter spells. We do know they had 3 steps ahead, which cost 3. And yeah, we can play our Extravagant Replication, just carry on copying our Confiscates instead of a land, draw 3 cards, and you know, we have, well, an absolute ton of mana. So whatever we draw into, we'll be in a pretty good position to win. And we did, obviously. I do wonder, as tokens, they are as, so when it dies, it return to us as an enchantment. Whereas if we confiscated their Enduring Curiosity, I imagine it would, we would have it. I don't know if it would come back as a creature or an enchantment, or both. So that's why I didn't copy it with a Confiscate to begin with. Chicken! We go first. Well, we've got Ramp. We only do have only 2 more forests in our deck though. Get a forest. Next turn we can play a plane, so we can hold up Day of Judgment. Although, depending on what they play, we may just lush Portico. Oh. Let's get 2 archways. This way we can Day of Judgment next turn if we need to. Let's play out a Verge. Annoyingly, we don't actually have anything to copy. I think we do have to Day of Judgment next turn. Unless we draw something that are playable. Nope. Well, that's Day of Judgment. They do get to create a treasure token. It's not leveled up. And hopefully we draw something good. Nah. I would love a Confiscate. I would love a Sire or a Vault-Born Tyrant. I would love anything that's not a land. Maybe giving them treasure tokens wasn't the best. Obviously, there's no point copying that because it's legendary. They might be able to mill us out. And they're going to mill stuff we want to copy. Oh no, they're milling themselves. Raise the past. A doppelganger would be nice as well. We do have 10 mana with the land we have in hand. Well, that's what we wanted to see. It's tough to remove, it's great to copy. Fortunately we can't play it and our second copy, which I haven't Replication. Question is, can they kill us? Obviously we can chump, which is what we will do, because then if we don't, they can just sacrifice the scavenger talent. We do get that life and draw that card. Oh, don't kill it. You can't go for the throat hit. Because it's now an artifact. Which I think is what they were doing. Yeah. This one, please. We gain 6, draw 2. We hit a doppelgang. Three, 4. So we have 12. So we can do this for 3. One, 2. And let's take Extravagant Replication. I miscounted. Apparently we have 13 mana. Now so you have to worry about decking. Yes, actually, I'm quite concerned now about decking. This. Oops. Yeah, we've just decked ourselves. Oh well. I think that was my fault. But we did end with 135 life. So let this be a lesson to you. Even with X equals 3, Doppelgang is absolutely bonkers. Maybe I should only target one Vaultborn Tyrant and maybe a land. Opponent goes first. Well, we do have a Day of Judgment, but only 1 white mana. But I think we give us a go. Hopefully we can surveil into it, and hopefully they don't have... Sorry, that wasn't a surveil land, was it? That's a surveil land. Well, let's get down the Iron Crag. And next turn we can Spelunk in. Put 2 lands into play, both untapped. Do they have a counterspell? They've got something. Might be a Flood Pitch Drowner. They don't seem to be playing out any creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not far away from how to play it. Yeah, so I'll keep that. We can play a Confiscate next turn. They seem to be having issues with land. Well, maybe not. Well, let's see if this resolves. Let's steal their undercity sewers. Do they not have that for spelunking? Oh, okay. I think we've just lost then. The only way we could have been able to stop it was if we had mana open to get lost. We go first. Well, with removal. And spelunking's always good. I'll keep Iron Crag. Or we can't play on turn 2. Next one we can get lost and then play the archway. We'll take up a life creep duo. We'll pick up the portico just so we can surveil again. Next turn we can spelunk in, get down both our lands and an Iron Crag. Another duo. Sure, we'll keep that. Day of Judgment would be quite nice again. That's the Union. Pick up the archway. Sire of 7 Deaths is pretty good. Put in an archway, pick up this archway, don't need that, and then we'll play a spelunking. And now we'll just pick up the Oasis. Don't think we need that land. Now our lands definitely enter play untapped. the Sire does have reach. Like, can I play Map the Frontier and Sire? One... I think we can. We get 2 more arid archways. Pick up the first 2 arid archways. Yes, I want that, please. And First Strike's obviously pretty good against Death Touch. Now they might think 7 life is a good rate to pay. Oh, they don't like enchantments. They can destroy our Iron Crag with the Kafar Commando. Well, I'm going to swing in. Has Menace as well. They probably just... Kafar Commando they do have to pay. He's got Trample as well. Well, let's confiscate their... And then we can get lost something. Are we just dead? No, we're not. But we do have to be wary of the Bloodthirsty Conqueror, I think. I don't want to wrath the board. But if they just had the Conqueror, I think we're probably dead. Well, that's a problem. Yeah. We live the past is getting a lot of play at the moment. We don't need to sit through 70 odd triggers. We go first with a very slow hand. This is better. I think we put a Sire to the bottom. Let's turn one Surveil. I mean, that's what we're aiming for. I would like a land on top. Put it straight into play. We do need another blue.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Well, let's take out Liliana. Wouldn't mind confiscating it, but we don't have the blue.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Let's pick up the pylons. I'll keep the Union in the third path. One, two, three, four, five, six. We need a second blue. I mean, if we had a second blue, I probably should have put the replication to the bottom. If I had a second blue, obviously we could confiscate their bloodletter. Well, we're about to get hit for 12. Pick up this archway. Still there, 6-8. That's fine.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. I'm tired of your secrets.
1, 2, 3, 4. We need that archway to confiscate their Liliana. Can we map the frontier and archway and confiscate? If we get 1, 2, no. Yeah, I will keep that though. Let's get rid of Map the Frontier.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Next time we can do the tap archway trick. So we have 8. So we can do this for 2. Let's copy our Verge because we need more blue mana. And Splunking for card draw. What? Why did that tap weirdly? So now we do draw a few cards. Let's discard Map the Frontier.
Don't overthink things.
And I think we may have broken our opponent. He's only have 1 card in hand, but it might be another nowhere to run. Otherwise, I think it would just discard it automatically if there wasn't that hold, priority hold for them to play it. Yeah, seems that way. Ho hum. It's always a shame when this happens. Just concede if you're not enjoying it. It's always hard as well to fill these gaps. And it's a shame when it's a longish game, because often I won't bother putting these kind of games into the overall video. But when it's a pretty decent long game and it shows the deck, I want to keep it in, but there's just like 2 minutes of crap at the end. Yeah, so they had a Norton Reflections, had an instant. Although I don't think there was any creatures on the play, so I'm not sure why there was a stick. And now we just wait for the last rope. And now it starts. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard for Wizards or the developers of Arena to implement a way that can track how often people rope and therefore concede due to roping. and put down, like, group like people together. Some developers to track cheaters in inverted commas, and then will matchmake cheaters together. Wizards or whoever develops Arena should do something like that. Hello Magic fans, and welcome back to a very quick wrap up. Haven't done one of these for a while, but as I said at the start of the video, because I did the deck tech before playing with the deck, thought I'd give you my quick thoughts. It is obviously not a massively powerful deck. It is very slow, you know, having 6/6 drops and 4/7 drops. That is pretty obvious. And yeah, if you don't draw removal when you need it, you're just going to die very quickly. It can do its thing, and when it does, it's pretty funny. You would have seen there was a video in there as well where I managed to mill myself out by doppelganging for 3 on 2 Vaultborn Tyrants and just drawing like over 60 cards or whatever it was. It's absolutely ridiculous. That was 100% my mistake. Yeah, so it doesn't work particularly well against aggro decks. It doesn't work particularly well against control decks, because even though we are playing blue, we don't play any counter spells, so in a counter spell war we are always going to lose. But yeah, stealing our opponent's land and copying it with Extravagant Replication is really fun, or maybe copying some of our more powerful creatures. One of the downsides of Extravagant Replication is we don't have many permanents. We literally have the Iron Crag, which is legendary, so you don't want to copy, Spelunking, Confiscate, and then our 2 big creatures. So if you don't have one of these on the board, Extravagant Replication does absolutely nothing. So yeah, could have played maybe some more mana creatures like Llanowar Elves, or maybe Overlord or the Hauntwood. But yeah, it was fun. When it worked, it was fun. It doesn't work very often, so you know, but I don't mind playing some of these janky type decks to see how powerful they are. As I said at the start, I do have some big changes coming to the channel, so please stay tuned in for those. I'll be doing a video about them hopefully next week. And please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help me out to grow the channel and to let me keep on doing what I really enjoy doing. So with that all said, I will see you all in the next video.